Hello, this is Maria and welcome to my stamping world. Today I want to show you how to make this elegant eggplant um, lolly or medallion or whatever name you have for it. You can make the medallions any size that you wish. This size is a paper is 12 inches long and it is 1 3/4 inches wide. It'll make a fairly large medallion, but if you want to make a smaller one, you can make even an inch one. It depends upon your project. This is from the Flirtatious Designer Series paper. And you'll see here, this is the new scoring board that is new with Stampin' Up, and it allows you to score every 1/8 of an inch if you wish, and it has a lovely score tool. Which has a larger end and a smaller end. And with the design, if you use designer paper, I would suggest you use the larger end because it might tear all the way through. With cardstock, you can use the smaller end. Now, with the medallion, some people say score every 1/8 of an inch. I've tried that, and folding it later becomes a bit of a headache. So I always now score every 1/4 of an inch. And if you see the 3 here, this is a quarter, or sorry, this is an eighth, this is a quarter, that's an eighth, and that's a quarter. And if you get confused, we do have little markers that attach to the score pal, the scoring device, sorry, and you can put it at the first few quarter inches just to kind of get you going. Now I'm gonna score just a few, and then I'll finish off camera. So and what I'll do is I'll move the paper down so that you can see what I'm doing. And again, with the larger end of the stylus, okay, make sure that your paper is flush against the end, the quarter inch, and just score down. One more, 1/4 of an inch, score down. And that's basically all, and you do that all the way across your. Okay, I've got it all folded up, and don't be alarmed if you hear a little meow in the background. I've got a little cat sitting beside me who's wanting attention. So it's all folded up like this, and the next step is you want to join it. You want to join it end to end like this. And in order for the hills and valleys to match, you need to cut off one of these strips with a snip. And then on the other side, you take a piece of sticky strip and apply it to the end. And believe me, it has to be sticky strip or else it doesn't hold. And again, the secret for getting the pink backing off the sticky strip is if you take your bone folder and just go over it, and it'll come off a lot easier. There, that was pretty good. Okay, now you bring this around and you join the two ends and you fold it up. You just kind of refold it in that area. There, now you have one piece. The idea is to fold it in the center and bring it out. See how it naturally goes into that lolly or medallion. I find medallion confusing because the other 3D item in a mini catalog is also called a medallion, and it looks totally different than this. Okay, now how do you keep this together? A lot of people have difficulty with that. I have cut punched a 1 1/4 inch circle with the 1 1/4 inch punch. Sometimes I use a little bigger than is recommended. I've actually punched 2. I have used the sticky tape and find it doesn't really hold that well. The best thing that I have found is a glue gun, the hot glue. So we'll go ahead and use that. So holding the medallion with one hand and the tip of your finger with the other, apply glue liberally to your circle, and then place your lolly centered as much as possible over top of this glued circle. And to ensure that it's going to stick, I just kind of squirt a little bit of hot glue in there. And your other punched circle, you can either put on top or you can put a scallop circle on there. So holding the medallion with one hand and the tip of your finger with the other, apply glue liberally to your circle, and then place your lolly centered as much as possible over top of this glued circle. And to ensure that it's going to stick, I just kind of squirt a little bit of hot glue in there. And your other punched circle, you can either put on top or you can put a scallop circle on there. Here's a second one that I've made that I'm going to mount on top here, because a lot of comments that I've received is that you've had trouble attaching the second lolly on top of the first. So this is a smaller one. Actually, this one is 1 inch by 12 inches, and I've done it the same way. I scored it at 1/4 of an inch, fan folded it, and then snipped off one of the edges and put sticky strip on and attach it so that we have one. And this is the opposite side of this designer paper. I thought I might just as well use it. And again, I have my glue gun ready. This time I have punched a 1 inch circle for the base. And again, as I'm holding it down with one finger, it does take a little bit of practice to do that. Put your glue down and then center the lolly as best as you can, and you can rearrange some of the fans to distribute them evenly. And again, I'm just going to squirt a little bit of glue, hot glue in the middle. You're not going to see that because you're going to put an embellishment on the top. So there's the back. It's not 100% straight. Here's the back of this one. Not 100% straight, but you're not going to see the back anyway. So then the idea is to put this one on top of this one. You can even put a third one on top of there if you wish. And again, I find it best with the hot glue. It just holds it better. And away we go. You have one thing with the hot glue gun is you get these strings that I don't like, but if it's going to hold my project, then I'll use it. There you have. And you can put buttons on there, you can put brads on there, you can put you can punch flowers and put them on top of there. So lots of things you can do with this lolly. Again, I'll just bring out my wreath and I'll show you the various lollies. That I made, and these, you'll notice this is retired designer paper from last year, but I've made them in all different sizes and decorated them in all different ways, with brads, with buttons, with just scallop circles, with tiny little lollies on top, buttons. And then with some stamped images that I cut out from Gently Falling, interspersed amongst. So I'm going to make another video showing how I made the base for this, because I couldn't buy it in the store. So and a number of you have asked me to show you how to do that. But today it was just making the lolly. Thanks.